So here is OCGN Ocugen. This finishes at $4.32. That is up 6.4%. Please like the video, please subscribe, and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. So here is TLRY Tilray. This finishes at $7.29 today. That is up 13.55%. So we haven't talked about this stock in a while here, but today this did make top 10 on StockTwits. So we'll talk about it. Yeah, it's been pretty nasty for the stock past couple of months. Just slowly bleeding and bleeding down to lower lows. But there was a reason as to why the stock went up so much today. We did have earnings. So let's check it out. So EPS was 0 cents, which beat the estimates of -9 cents. And revenue was $155.2 million. And in addition to that, they announced a new parent company name, Tilray Brands. Because I think they're getting into different stuff now, not just cannabis. So yeah, those are some pretty good earnings. It appears like the market really liked it and jumped in and pumped the stock up today, up 13.55%. Very nice. So let's go ahead and analyze here. All right, so first of all, we do have a gap up today at 675. So that would be a bearish indicator. That is telling us the stock should pull back to 675 eventually to fill this gap. Probably going to happen in the relative short term here. And then we do have a cup and handle in the making here, it appears like. Top of the cup being 1365 and the bottom being 630. So that would currently be a bullish indicator that is telling us the stock should come back up to 1365 eventually to complete this cup. And in the aftermarket here, this is pulling back down to 720. So that would be a bearish indicator for tomorrow. That is suggesting that the stock will sell off tomorrow. And if you guys want to follow along, the link to the chart is in the description down below. So right now, this is trading between the sideways channel, the rectangle of 755 and 675. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 755, 830, 910, 990, 1095, 1220, 1365, and then 1505. And there is resistance above 1505, but we're not going to discuss that right now. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 675, 615, 540, and then the low of 465. And there is a few supports below 465, but we're not going to discuss that right now. So right now at this current price, 730, the channels to the upside and the downside are decently sized, so expect a good amount of price action either way this goes. However, if/when this breaks 33.15 to the upside, which will probably take a while, the channel starts to open up and get really wide, so expect a significant increase in price action if/when this breaks 33.15. RSI is currently at 42, so a little below average there, and this did 107 million in volume today. Very significant volume, so this pump today was confirmed by the volume. So just my opinion, not financial advice. Longer term, this definitely looks like a good buy. You know, this is at a relative low here, and Tilray is a pretty legit company. But in the short term, I do think it will fill this gap at 765. So if you want to go long, not financial advice, I would hold off for right now. This should be coming back down to 675 to fill this gap, and that should happen very shortly. I would say within a couple of days here, maybe a couple of weeks at most. So although 730 is already a pretty decent price, just be a little patient. You should be able to get this at 675 and lower. And yeah, if it pulls back below 675, then you can just average down at the supports that I mentioned before. But yeah, you know, you really can't go too wrong buying in here at the $7 to $6 range. Very excellent entry if you ask me. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, I would not do that, and I would not recommend that. Like I said, it should pull back to 675. So from the current price, 730, that's less than a 10% downside. Not really worth it, in my opinion. Not too much downside potential. A lot of upside potential, so it is pretty risky. If you want to do a quick scalp, then I guess you can make a little over 5%, but this is a relative low. I just don't really see a reason to do that. I would say going short here is a medium risk, low reward play. Like I said, just not really worth it in my opinion, so I wouldn't even bother with that. But if you do decide to go short, please just cover at 675, where the gap fills. And once again, longer term, this definitely seems to be a good buy. So congratulations to everyone who made money in the stock today, and good luck to everyone currently in the stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is TLRY Tilray. So here is OCGN Ocugen. This finishes at $4.32. That is up 6.4%. So we talk about this stock every once in a while. Today this was trending top 10 on StockTwits. So we'll talk about it once again. And there was a reason as to why the stock went up today. We did have some news, so let's check it out. So Ocugen said Saturday that a booster shot of its C19 vaccine, Covaxin, increased antibody levels by more than tenfold across numerous variants of the virus following phase 2 trial results. So that was some pretty positive PR. Apes seemed to like it, jumped in and bought the stock up today. So yeah, up 6.4%, very nice. So let's go ahead and analyze here. So first of all, we do have a gap up here at around 180. So that would be a bearish indicator. That is telling us this stock may come back down to 180 to fill that gap. Now at this point, it looks pretty unlikely, but you never know. The stock keeps on going lower, so it's a possibility. So just keep that in mind, guys. Gap up 180 bearish indicator. Then we have a gap down at 1230, and that would be a bullish indicator because that is telling us this stock may come back up to 1230 eventually to fill that gap. And also at this point, it looks pretty unlikely that'll happen in the near future, but again, you never know. All it takes is one of these massive squeeze plays like it did before 3 times already, and that can easily fill. And right now, this looks like a cup and handle in the making here. Top of the cup being 1750 and the bottom being about 390. So that would currently be a bullish indicator that is telling us this stock may come back up to 1750 eventually to fill this cup. Right now, we are around the bottom of the cup here. It looks like it's catching support at around 390. So hopefully that holds, and it'll start to reverse pretty soon. And if you guys want to follow along, the link to the chart is in the description down below. So right now this is trading between the sideways channel, the rectangle of 440 and 410. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 440, 475, $5, 530, 550, 570, 605, 635, 665, $7, 740, 775, 805, 830, 860, 890, 930, 965, 990, 1025, 1085, 1135, 1160, 1205, 1255, 1295, 1360, 14, 1450, 1585, 1750, and then the high of 1877. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 410, 390, 375, 335, 305, 255, 205, 155, 85 cents, 50 cents, and then 25 cents. So right now at this current price, 430, the channels to the upside are pretty decently sized, so expect a decent amount of price action if this continues to run to the upside, all the way up until 1025. Once this hits 1025, the channels start to open up and get really wide, so expect a significant increase in price action if/when this breaks 1025. And to the downside, if/when this breaks 375, the channels start to open up and get really wide, so expect a significant increase in price action if/when this breaks 375. RSI is currently at 38, below average there, but not quite oversold and undervalued just yet. And this did 17 million in volume today, which is below average, so this pump today was not confirmed by the volume. So just my opinion, not financial advice. This looks slightly bullish to me. There are more bullish indicators than bearish indicators. Again, we have the gap down and the cup and handle bullish indicators, and the RSI is also a slightly bullish indicator at the moment. And then we have the gap up, which is a bearish indicator. So if you want to go long, not financial advice, I do think this current price of 430 is a pretty good entry. This is pulled back very significantly from 1750. It just keeps on bleeding, but this does appear like it is catching some pretty strong support at 390. So again, hopefully that holds and reverses pretty soon. If it wasn't for the gap up at 180, this would be a clear buy to me. But that gap up is pretty scary. So while this does have the possibility of going back down to 180, I think it's pretty unlikely at the moment. Shouldn't really go too much lower, not too much downside potential, a lot of upside potential. So yeah, I would support going long at 430 and lower. If this pulls back below 430, then you can just average down at the supports that I mentioned before. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, personally, I would not do that, and I would not recommend that. I think you missed your chance a long time ago. Should have went short way back here in the double digits. That being said, if this does fill the gap at 180, that could pay off pretty big. From here to 180, that'd be around a 60% downside. So it could pay off pretty big, just pretty risky. I would say going short here would be a high risk, high reward play. Again, I wouldn't do that because there is the possibility you get squeezed out here, but it could pay off pretty big. So if you want to go short, please do that at your own risk. And aside from the TA, fundamentally, I don't really like the company, and I don't mean to offend anyone here, but I just don't see Covaxin ever coming to North America. So really, this is a straight up meme stock, and I do think it will go back up and pump again eventually. But if you follow the patterns of this stock, this is a pump and dump and pump and dump and pump and dump. So right now it's dumping. It has been for the last couple of months, but eventually it should pump again. And when it does, please hit the sell button. Again, it should fill the gap at 12.30, maybe even complete the cup at 17.50. And when it does, please hit the sell button, secure the gains, don't get too greedy, because if you don't, it's going to dump right back down and you're going to lose all your gains. So congratulations to everyone who made money in the stock today, and good luck to everyone currently in the stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is OCGN Ocugen. Thanks everyone for watching today. I appreciate you guys. Please like the video, please subscribe, and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. You apes already know, diamond hands to the moon. I'm Ty. This is Smarter Gambling. See you guys tomorrow. Peace out.